Welcome back to my channel Lomzy Sews. In today's sewing tutorial, I'll show you how to make this simple dress. For me, I made mine a cut together sleeve, but the one on the thumbnail actually has a sleeve, but I want to recreate it by using a cut together sleeve. Let's start. To sew this, you will need 2 yards of fabric or 2.5, depending on the length you want it to be. I'll use less than 2 yards because I'm making a top. If you want to make a dress like the one on the thumbnail, you can use 2 yards. I have my fabric here, chiffon fabric. You can use satin, you can use crepe, you can use Duchess. I'll use a pattern paper to fold how I'm going to fold this so that you know how I'm folding it. So this is the selvage and the length of this dress, and this side is also the selvage. So you're going to fold this selvage to selvage like this, and then you're going to fold it again lengthwise. So you fold it lengthwise. This is how I folded my fabric. You can see this side is all unfold and this side is not unfold, and then you have the upper side that is folded into 4. So this is how I'm going to fold my fabric now. The side I folded selvage to selvage is going to be the sleeve and the side seam. So this side that is unfold is the shoulder, and this is the center front and center back. This is the hemline. So first thing I'm going to do now is to mark the lines I'm working with. I'm marking only 2 lines, and that is all we need for this. So first, from the shoulder, remember the shoulder is unfold, so I'm starting from the shoulder down to the sleeve length, which is 13.5, and then the waistline, which is 17 inches. I'll go ahead and square this line out. So this is the sleeve length, which is 13.5. This is the waistline, which is 17 inches. If you folded your selvage to selvage, from here you should have 30 inches or 29 inches, any which way. So the length I'm using, because I'm using a top, is 33 inches. If you want it to be a dress, use the dress length. So from here to here is 13.5, 17 and 33 inches. Next, I'm going to mark for the circumference of the dress. So on the sleeve length, I'm going to divide hips divided by 4 plus 2.5. I will transfer the same thing on the waistline. And then on the hemline, I'm going to mark 20 inches. I'll go ahead and connect this in a curved manner like this, making a flare. So if you connect this like this, you should have a small flare. From the hemline, I'm going to come up 2.5 inches, and I make a curve at the hem. Next, I'm going to curve out to join the sleeve. So you curve this out like this to make a dolman sleeve. This is it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to mark the neck width. Here I have 4 inches, and the neck depth I'm using is 1 inch. For both the front, they are the same thing. The shoulder is the same thing, the neck width is the same thing, the neck depth is the same thing. So I use 4 by 1 inch. I'll go ahead and cut that out. Also go ahead and cut out the hemline and the side seam. Yeah guys, we are pretty done with this. It's a very simple tutorial, but make sure not to skip any part of this so that you don't miss anything, because this is just the beginning. So this is what I cut out, as you can see. Next, why I mark the waist length is for me to make a notch. So I'm going to notch this place. We are going to make casing here. So for me to make the casing, first thing I would do is to make a crease on that waistline. So how I make that, I've notched this place. I'm going to fold this using the notch that I made. And I'm going to iron this to make a crease. This is very, very important, because if you don't make this crease, your lines will not be straight. It will be altered when you're making the casing, because we are going to have a string on the waistline. You can see the crease that I have made. I'll go ahead and make the same crease on the back side of the back side. If you have watched this video till this time, make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and like and drop a comment in the comment section. Tell me if you have been using this method, or if this is your first time learning how to do this. I'll appreciate that. At least it will make YouTube know that people actually like this content. So guys, you can see I have made the crease. This will make it very, very simple for us to sew this. So next we are going to do is to sew this. I'm going to place right side facing together, and on the wrong side I'm going to sew the side seam. Make sure you align this properly and you sew the side seam. And for the neckline, I have this bias that I have made. I'm going to use the bias to make bind the neckline. I also hem the sleeve. The same thing with the lower part. So this is it after sewing it. Make sure you notch the curve so that it will sit properly. Next we are going to make casing here for rope. So I have this fabric I have cut out, is 2 inches. I fold it in like this, and I'm going to place it here like this and sew it. Just lift one side and sew it round. You sew it all the way round to the other side of the rope, or the other side of the casing, and also you're going to fold this like this, place it and sew it. After sewing it, you're going to turn it like this and hem the other side. So I'll go and do that and show you. This is it after making the casing. So we are going to pass this rope into it. I've made a rope that I'm going to pass into this. When you draw it, it should have this shape. So guys, we have actually come to the end of today's sewing tutorial. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.